Hi everyone, Miss Greitz here. We're going to talk about setting today. So I know you guys have talked about setting before, so this will be just a bit of a refresher. What is setting? So setting time and location where a story takes place. So sometimes it can be hard to find the setting in a book or in a movie that you're watching. So here are some ways that can help you find it. Is to look for the time of day. Does the author talk about it being in the morning or eating at 6 p.m.? All of that contributes to the setting. Also, is there a mood or tone displayed in the writing? Is everyone mad, or is there a spooky vibe because we're outside in the dark? Anything like that can help with the setting as well. Location is as easy as it sounds. It is just where are you located? Are you at the school? Are you at Walmart? Anything like that. The time of year, so that refers to it being like maybe seasons, spring, winter, fall, anything like that. It can also refer to holidays. There's weather, and again, that is as simple as it sounds. It is just what is the weather outside? How does that help with the story? There's time and history, because sometimes when we're reading books, the setting is not in the present. We are not talking about what's happening right now. We're talking about what's happening in the past. So if we're reading a story about George Washington and the beginning of the United States, that's not happening right now. That is in the past. So that's the time and history. Sometimes we'll read stuff about the future too. So if there's cars flying around, things that aren't happening right now and that definitely did not happen in the past, that would be the future. So that helps with your setting as well. Finally, we have scenery. So that is just whatever is around your characters. Is there a lake, a cabin, geese? Is it, are we at school around classmates and desks and like the playground? All of that is part of your scenery. But you can also think about what you hear. So are kids screaming? Are there ducks quacking? You can think about what you smell. Is there, if I'm going through the lunchroom and I smell pizza, that is part of the setting. So thinking about all that, we're going to look at this picture, pause if you need to, but think about what the setting is. When I look at this, I see we're probably out in the woods because of the trees, so that's part of the location. There's a cabin in the background. That's part of the scenery. I see that it's dark, so it's nighttime most likely. That's part of the time of day it is. And I see fog, so that is part of the weather. It's foggy outside. But the fog also makes me think that this is spooky or creepy or haunted, any of that, which add to the mood or the tone of the picture. So thinking about all the steps, let's look at the picture on the right. Again, pause if you need to, but think about what is the setting of this picture? What are all the details that we can use to determine where this is placed? When I look at this, I see a castle. So I know this is most likely not in the United States because castles aren't typically found here. It might be found in Europe or another country. So we'll see, or any other country, but probably not in the U.S. So if we also continue to look, we see that there's snow. So the season is most likely winter. It's probably cold outside then too, huh? I see hills. So we might be in the mountains. That might be why it's so cold. And the lighting makes me think that maybe it's morning, just the way that the sun is not like really, really bright. That makes me think that it might be morning. So now that we've looked through pictures and found the setting, now we're going to apply all of that and we're going to read a passage instead. So just as a hint, oftentimes authors use vivid words to help the reader determine what the setting is. So vivid words just means the description words. It's how the author is painting this picture in your head so you can see it in your mind. So let's read this together. It says, "At first the clouds were pillow soft and white. They looked like floating cotton balls. Within minutes, streaks of gray overtook the sky and a mustiness thickened the air. I gathered my belongings and went into the house." So what do you think the setting is? What is it like? Well, I see that the clouds were pillow soft and white at first, and then there's streaks of gray that came, and there's a mustiness. So that makes me think that at first it was a nice sunny day, but then maybe a storm started coming. Let's try again. This one says, "Around us there are bright lights and many sounds. A clown on a bicycle, 2 sizes too small, was his best. Myself and the other detectives not to be distracted. A man with a high top hat holds a hoop as a dog jumps through. The crowd is amazed and cheers. We avoid cotton candy on the ground and narrowly miss bumping into a woman that is holding a bag of popcorn. The rows of seats are narrow, but we manage to walk through them to look for the man. So go back through, let's see if we can find some details that help us figure out what the setting is. So if I start at the top, I see there's bright lights, and there's a clown on a bicycle that's 2 sizes too small. There's a dog jumping through hoops. There's crowds. There's cotton candy. There's popcorn. All of this leads me to believe that we're probably at a circus or a carnival of some sort. But did the author ever just say the setting of my story takes place at a circus? No, we had to find details and take those details and determine what the setting is. So now that we've done a couple of together, you guys are going to go to Flipgrid. You are going to create a video about your the setting in your favorite book or movie in about a minute or so. But make sure you're not telling us about like what the story is about or what the characters are like. That's not really what this assignment's for. It's more about just the setting. And when you do this, we don't want to hear the setting of my favorite book is in the woods and then end the video. We need those description words. We need those vivid words. Really help me paint a picture in my mind about what your favorite book or movie is. And then afterwards, go ahead and look at your classmates' Flipgrids. If you find a video or if you find a Flipgrid of a favorite movie or a favorite book that you've seen before, then and that you can add more to the setting that they've already described, go ahead and hit comment and see if you can add more to the setting. If they forgot something or if you just have another thing to say, go ahead and hit comment. But you're only going to do that if you've already seen the movie or if you've already read the book. All right. Good luck.